Oh, we're live.
We're live.
We're live.
We're live?
We're live.
Live.
We're all the way live.
La 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 la. La 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 live.
Well, welcome in, everyone. We are back again and live once again. Oh, I haven't to check this out recently.
Yeah, I updated the signage.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So if you haven't been on in a little while and checked this out last week, we had a nice episode last week. We talked about some Loki, got deep dived into it. And now this week,
The wonderfulness of Loki.
we're going to talk about some other stuff. But before we get into that, welcome in. We're back in the Spoonatorium, the Spoontopia, the Spoon of Solace.
Spoon of solace.
I'm going to keep coming up with names.
Just gonna replace nouns with squanch, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
We are back. We are live in it. I am Jay Spoon. This is the fat fella himself, Matt Jones. And we are back and in charge and ready to go. So, how you want to do this? You want to get right into it? Because I think we're going to have a lot to talk about.
I think we are gonna have a lot to talk about, but I would like to get something out of the way first.
Oh, okay.
You and I talked about this, but Bryan Danielson and potentially CM Punk to AEW, because apparently
yes,
Darby
yes.
Allin called out CM Punk tonight.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, he said, come Chicago, he wants to see who the best in the world is.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Phil Brooks about to drop the fucking hammer.
Yeah, and I don't think Daniel Bryan's gonna go. I think CM Punk most definitely. I think Daniel Bryan's just done with the business for now.
No, he wants to wrestle in New Japan.
I don't see him going to a different organization or continually wrestling right now when he's like, hey, I want some time with my girls.
I think so. According to the dirt sheets, AEW is allowing him to wrestle anywhere he wants. So contract to AEW, but he gets to wrestle Ring of Honor, New Japan, AAA, wherever. They're not going to put him to a stringent schedule. New Japan has like a taping a month. AEW, I mean, how many people have they signed that we've rarely ever seen on TV? Well, okay, so you and I have rarely seen anything on TV, just because we keep up with the dirt sheets, but we don't actually watch.
Yeah.
Why? Because we're here for you. But yeah, I think it's smart for both of them to sign, because Tony Khan is literally just making it rain. Okay. And get your money, and go have some fun.
It's yet to be seen. Yet to be seen. Now, it could be a complete swerve too, because the thing being is that yes, AEW has a pay-per-view coming up in Chicago, but the WWE has a Raw coming up in Chicago. So
apparently, though, the rumor is that CM Punk is the one person Vince McMahon refuses to work with. Apparently, he is too difficult to work with.
Now, is it Vince or is it Trips?
Vince. Because Vince is undoing Triple H's guys. Because you got Laurinaitis and the other Khan running stuff for WWE. So, no, he's undoing whatever Triple H put together.
Well, I mean, we saw the last call-up and how he just buried him.
Oh, my God. Karrion Kross?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Hey, we're going to hand you to Jeff Hardy. And then Jeff Hardy pops for COVID.
Anyways.
Anyway.
We digress.
Gotta get the wrestling out of the way. It's exciting times.
But yes, Fast 9.
F9.
The furious of the fastness of the furious of the fastness. They have come once again, and they have put out another movie.
I don't know why. Well, I do know why.
So, I mean, we've already laid down the scope before on why we go and see fast movies in the theaters. I don't think we need to revisit that aspect of it. But there's some aspects that I do want to visit on this movie. Because as being someone who is, I don't know, just who knows like a little bit about cars, not like a lot. I don't want to say I'm like a gearhead or anything. But there was a couple of things in that movie that kind of set me off wrong. Being that, first and foremost, the Trackhawk that they used in the movie was poorly, and look at your face right now. You didn't even know there was a Trackhawk in the movie.
I did not know there was a Trackhawk in the movie.
That's what pissed me off the most. Because of the fact, like, okay, so look here. For me, the Trackhawk was probably on the top of my list for one of the cars I wanted to own. Like, if you don't know what a Grand Cherokee Trackhawk is, look it up. It is a 707 horsepower beast. Mm-hmm. Like, this car is ridiculous. I wanted one.
Trail rated.
Yeah, I wanted one so bad, but I didn't get one because of the impracticality of it in terms of what I do for my livelihood. I can't have a car that gets maybe 8 miles to the gallon in terms of what I do for my living. So
I think you could.
I
think you could.
Not with the price of gas. Not with the price of gas now.
We'll just make it your wife's car.
Anyways, so in that movie, the first car that you see outside of the little flashback scene that you saw, first off, the only kudos I do want to put out to them is that the way that they brought in
real quick
brother.
Before you start that.
Yep.
For those that haven't figured it out yet, we didn't make a sign. There's massive spoilers this entire time.
Yes.
This entire episode is going to be spoilers, just like Loki.
No.
Yeah, if you haven't seen F9 and you want to see F9 and you care about the plot, watch us after you watch the movie. But yes, the way that they introduced Dom's family, I will agree they did that well.
Yeah, so they made it make sense. It didn't come out to be my version or vision on how they would do it. It kind of did, because, I mean, Dad was already in debt, so whatever. But anyways.
But it also sort of came out the way I envisioned.
Just nobody wanted to remember him?
No. Secret agent.
Oh, I mean, yeah, we saw
now,
that.
Mind you, the dad wasn't a secret agent, so it's not like he was taking over for the dad. But I got a half right. You got a half right. I got a half right. Together, we were correct.
Together, we were full right.
We were fully correct when it came to the movie.
Okay, but anyway, so outside of the flashback with Dom and his brother and his dad and how his dad died, I appreciate that they showed it. The actor that they had played the racer who killed his dad, that guy is pretty. He does some good roles. He does a good PTSD role. Most of the things that he does, his character has some sort of PTSD, so he knows how to shine in that role. Yeah,
he's the dude from 9/11 Texas.
Yep.
Or as I like to call it, 9/11 Caliente. Because it's the hot one.
Oh God. But great actor. I think him, the guy that they had playing Dom's dad, and younger Dom and Jacob were probably some great choices.
They did well in the casting.
Yes.
Now let's get that straight. Because so we're starting basically the good, then we're going to go to the bad, then we're going to go to the ugly.
Yes.
The good of this, casting. They did cast everyone correctly.
Yes.
Now, unfortunately, that's also going to play into the ugly. But they cast everyone correctly. Young Dom, young Jacob, their dad, the dude who crashed their dad, all of that. The hobo best friend who took in Jacob.
Yeah.
Perfect casting.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining one bit about the casting. John Cena even did a good job. All right?
Yeah.
I saw him the entire time, which means he turned his superpowers off. But...
Well, you know why you saw him? Because he had very minimum lines. Very minimum lines.
That's a good point.
That's why you saw him.
It's funny how he's a great speaker for wrestling terms.
Great speaker. Man. I don't know why. I don't.
Acting.
Is it because Vin Diesel doesn't trust wrestlers? But we'll digress into that a little later too. Anyways.
Oh man.
So
we're about to go down Speculation Alley on that one. Was The Rock supposed to be Dom's brother?
So in terms of cars, and that's what this movie is built around. This franchise is built around cars.
It's not anymore.
They took one of the most beastly, badass SUVs on the planet, and all they did was drive up the driveway and have Tyrese come out and say, "We're friendly."
Oh God, that's what they were driving?
That was a Trackhawk.
Why the fuck would you spend the extra money to get a Trackhawk in there for just that scene?
Exactly. And I saw it, and I was like, "Oh shit, that's a Trackhawk." And I was like, "Okay, are we gonna like?" And then you didn't see it at the airport, nothing. no other scene with that car in it.
They didn't drive it.
That is a $100,000 vehicle. You did nothing with it. It has to have 107 horsepower. You did nothing with it but drive up a driveway at maybe 30 miles per hour.
Ugh. Doing 20 down a dirt road, making sure the back end doesn't cut loose. Don't shoot, we're friends. Don't shoot, we're family. It's family.
So that already put a sour taste in my mouth.
Started
right
off wrong.
Right off the jump for me.
Started off wrong.
I was like, how do you treat the Trackhawk like that?
How does it feel to be bitter like me? Welcome.
Not bitter per se.
Welcome to the bitter side.
Not bitter. And I forgot that we're at the Spoonatorium. I don't need headphones on here.
You don't. Although I like this thing right here.
Yeah.
The
little headphone getter?
Yeah. I feel like I need one of those. Or two.
So, yeah, I just... that already set me off. And then you can tell that Chrysler was really heavy about, hey, we need all these cars to be Chrysler this time. You can have one Ford, but everything else, Chrysler. So we had the freaking Gladiator, which we had, just a bunch of Dodge and Jeep products all over this.
There was a Chevy in there.
Was there?
Yeah. So when Jacob first shows up, Dom is driving a Camaro, and Jacob is driving a Mustang.
Was that a Camaro? I thought that was a Challenger.
That was a Camaro.
Huh.
I think it was a Camaro. Might have been a Challenger. I could be wrong on that. Apparently, good guys drive Chrysler products.
Well, I mean, according to Jacob, is Dom really the good guy? Because Jacob was holding the secrets.
I mean, let's be real with ourselves. Are any of them actually good? No, they're not. A bunch of douches.
Yeah. So, I mean, let's go ahead. I mean, you've heard my biggest gripe so far. So if we're talking Act 1, what do you feel was not the best for you there?
Well, I'll start with what I liked.
Okay.
I will start with what I like because it's the easiest, quickest thing on this list. I will echo your sentiment. The storyline involving the past, I think, was well done.
Yeah.
I think, and again, this is all spoilers. You've been warned. The fact that Jacob was just doing what his dad asked, and it ended up biting his dad in the ass, and douche from 9/11 came up and killed him. Unfortunately, Jacob's fault, technically, but also his dad made him do it. He was just being a good son. That's what you do with family.
Yeah, no, he was being a good son, but even Dom didn't know.
Yeah.
Like, that
couldn't tell Dom. And I like that because they were like, Dom's the golden child. You can't bring Dom into this. Dom will make me try to win.
Yeah, well, no, not even that. He like none of the family knew about if a car's running too lean that it can cause a fireball.
Yeah.
Like, Dom learned that in prison. And then he was like, oh, so Jacob killed him.
Just naturally assumed.
Yeah.
My brother killed my dad.
Yeah.
There was no like, hey, why'd you do it?
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
It was just, if I beat you in this street race, you're gone forever, motherfucker.
Yeah. Now, later on in the movie, it did show some range from Vin Diesel again because he was like, I showed you mercy. And, showed him a little bit more range in his acting, but, I mean, that's as far as Vin Diesel's going to go in his acting.
Yeah. Now, what they never really explained, though, and this is part of the long list of things I didn't like about the movie, is how did Jacob get into being a super spy?
Well, so they kind of explained it.
Fucking jump is so weird, though.
Yes, it is weird, but I mean, Mr. Nobody basically found him, and he was like, he probably was like, hey, I need a driver, and he just started from there.
Yeah, the whole that just fits into the bullshit of Fast and the Furious, though, because it's like, oh, you're a great driver. You should go stop terrorists. Like, oh, man, you stole a Corvette off of the back of a train. First off, weird. Second off, I've got a cyber terrorist who wants to attack Brazil. You want to go kill him? Want to go steal shit from him?
Yeah.
Fuck me, man.
Well and then okay, so maybe Mr. Nobody was like, hey, your brother was doing this for me. Maybe you can be good at it too.
I think that is exactly what he said.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for his brother, he'd have never gone after Dom.
Yeah.
But just, again, everything about this franchise has gone off the fucking rails.
Yes.
They haven't jumped a shark. They jumped every shark known to existence. They jumped a megalodon. All right? They jumped the Meg.
Wow. Jason Statham.
In a tank. Yeah. And he's part of this franchise as well.
Now. I did like the fact, so maybe they heard some of the fandom in terms of like, why don't you do races anymore? But like in all the flashbacks, they did like your races. Like it brought you back to how Fast 1 was in terms of it being about racing. But then, of course, then we got freaking Dom jumping the bridge, turning his steering wheel to latch on to the bridge cable so that he can swing his car over.
Yeah.
The most bullshit shit. Look, there was...
That wasn't even the most bullshit.
No, there wasn't. But there was at least 5 times in that movie where I just sat to myself and like, this is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, there were 3 times, I can remember 3 times thinking to myself, if I wasn't here with my nephew for his birthday and my mother-in-law who paid for this ticket, I'd get up and walk out right now.
Yeah.
I actually had my niece and nephew ask me that over the weekend. They were like, just real quick, because they don't like YouTube because they're too young for it apparently. What are your thoughts on Fast 9? And I straight up told them, one of the cringiest movies I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
All right, this is in terms of cringe. This is up there with I hope they serve beer in hell.
Yeah. Well, okay. So, the other unbelievable thing is the way that they killed Han.
The other?
One of the other ones. The way that they killed Han.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, to me, so the way I deciphered it, and maybe you deciphered it a different way, is that Han in the car was either a hologram or something else, because you had Han in the car and then Han over by Mr. Nobody saying, oh, thanks for that or whatever. He's like, oh, it's not my best work. And he had no scratches on him.
They slid him out.
But he had no scratches on him.
They slid him out.
He had no scratches.
It's the only thing that makes sense.
No,
they slid him out.
No, what makes
Actually,
sense?
I take that back. None of that makes sense, but they slid him out.
No, what makes sense is that because Mr. Nobody has so much advanced technology that it was just a hologram there. Because he had no blood, no scratches, no nothing. They were literally across the street looking, and he had nothing on him.
That entire storyline.
Like, look,
I'm having to rub my face multiple times.
Like, if you were to bring Han back, that's fine. That's
no,
cool.
you let the man die.
No. We've seen some ridiculousness. How many times have Don caught Letty on top of the hood of his car now? How many times now he's catching his brother now too on top of the hood of his car? How many times has Don look? It's not a Fast and Furious movie unless Dominic Toretto crashes at least one car.
Flipping a 36-wheeler. Ass over tea kettle. He flipped it forward.
Yeah.
Not only did he flip it forward, it was a slow flip.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, I'm building momentum, and finally I'm falling over. That's not how physics works.
I mean, they couldn't ask Christopher Nolan to flip it because he would have laughed at them. Like, no.
Regardless. They got this giant-ass military vehicle. It's got like 36 wheels on it because it's 2 18-wheelers back-to-back. Mm-hmm. It's bulletproof. And I'm like, bulletproof against like a minigun.
Yeah.
All right? Which is just, this is becoming a movie trope that I don't like. I'm just going to throw this out there. Mm. Miniguns don't aim within like a 4 square inch block.
No.
Miniguns take out entire 4-lane highways.
Yeah.
Okay, that is the literal definition. That gun is the literal definition of spray and pray.
Yes.
Okay, there were videos out there from the Iraq invasion from the early 2000s of a Warthog, an A-10 Warthog, taking out a 6-lane fucking highway. With one minigun. Mm-hmm. So the fact that these guys are shooting it and are aiming it for this square... pissing me off.
Okay.
But that's just a movie trope.
Yeah,
okay?
No, I mean...
The flipping of this fucking vehicle, the catching of everybody, these guys, their skeletons are made out of adamantium. All right?
Look, she was riding that motorcycle with no helmet. She got crashed, got caught on a hood of a car. Like, she should have been at least losing a leg. At the very least, amputee.
Yeah. Yeah. There's not a single broken bone in this entire movie.
No.
There's not a busted blood vessel.
Look,
there's not a torn muscle.
And so I did like the way that they tried to call it out with Tyrese, his whole, oh, we're invincible.
Sure. They got meta for a minute.
Yeah. They tried to hit the meta or the fourth wall with that or whatever. But I didn't like the fact on, like, okay, so first off, I felt like there were too many Tyrese lines. Like, I felt like he went up to Ben and was like, yo, hey, I know we're both beefing with The Rock. Let me get some more lines so I can look like a stronger actor. I don't know. But it felt like they forced him too many more lines.
Okay, and you know what? In retrospect, I'm going to disagree with you on that.
Really?
Because I think they wrote him, somebody wrote him as like, okay, this is the voice of our audience right here.
Okay, I can see that.
But we have gone absolutely ridiculous.
But in terms of the way that, okay, so look, when they found the first half of that, I don't even recall what the name of the freaking device was. When they found that first half of it.
The virus. The BioLink fucking virus.
Out of the plane, and then everybody, the military's coming, and everybody's retreating to the car, and he's not retreating to his car, and then all of a sudden, he picks up a gun and kills 20 well-armed military people who don't aim for the head, apparently, or limbs, because he only gets shot in his bulletproof vest.
Stormtroopers. This is the Star Wars.
But he takes everybody out with either a half or a full clip or magazine. Sorry, excuse me. I don't want people crying at me saying that's not a clip.
Sorry, Jeff.
In terms of out of his AK, or I believe it was an AK that he had that he picked up.
I don't remember.
But so he did that. And so we're talking maybe 30 bullets. Maybe.
He took out like 20 dudes.
He took out 20 dudes with about 30 bullets of him surrounded. Multiple levels. Surrounded. And he gets only shot in the vest. Right. I was like, what the fuck? Okay.
Yeah, no, he was the voice of the audience.
Yeah.
He was the voice of the rest of us just being like, this shit's gotten ridiculous.
Yeah.
This is literally just a cash cow.
And I sat back and I thought to myself, okay, well, maybe he's going to go, oh, number 11 my ass again or something. Didn't even say nothing about it. Just sat there and just, I'm good. All right, I'm going to walk away.
Yeah. No, this is, the Fast and Furious franchise is a pop singer in a bad conservatorship right now. They're literally a cash cow.
Free Britney.
Look. I feel bad, too, because apparently her dad's name is Jamie, but her sister is also named Jamie.
Ooh.
And her sister has been trying to back her up. Mm-hmm. But I want to say, like, fuck Jamie Spears, but that also pisses off the sister. I don't know, man. Hashtag Free Britney. And the side note, I apologize because I was definitely one of those people who laughed at the leave Britney alone guy.
Oh.
Yeah. And was just like, nah, she crazy when she was like shaving her head and shit.
Yeah.
And shit's come to light, and I apologize for that. That was
cries for help.
Bad on me.
Yeah.
Bad on me. Now we know if Ariana Grande ever comes out and shaves her head, got to start looking at illegal situations with her. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, this franchise is literally the iPhone of. It is the iPhone of movie franchises, and I love my iPhone.
Oh God,
I absolutely love my iPhone. But we're gonna make slight changes and something absolutely fucking ridiculous. We're gonna sell it for the exact same price, which was already too expensive.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
iPhone of movie franchise.
Because I'm gonna get to the absolute worst fucking thing about this movie.
Hit it. What is it? What is it? What do you think?
We went to space.
Oh my God.
These motherfuckers pulled a Jeff Bezos. No, actually, I take that back. They pulled the fucking Top Gear.
So, the way that they did it, what they did it in, how they even survived, all three of those, let's just throw everything out the window. Like, I'm sitting there and I'm just like, well, everybody at NASA is just shaking their head.
Where the fuck is Neil deGrasse Tyson on this?
I forgot to tweet him.
That's twice now. Dude, all right. Space-time continuum. All right, and shooting a car into space. We gotta know,
right.
Neil.
Neil, we got some questions.
We got some questions for you, Neil. That's on our 2 viewers.
Well, I mean, he's an astrophysicist, right?
He knows a lot.
But will he be able to answer space travel questions?
I think so.
In terms of like an astronaut question?
I think so. I think so. Okay. The man is very smart.
I know he is, but I mean, those are 2 different fields, aren't they?
I don't know. Like, I think he's got like his doctorate, PhD, or mastery in astrophysics. Mm-hmm. I don't know what the highest thing you can earn from college is. I don't go to college. So I don't know, but I mean, the man talks about a lot of things, and he's very smart about a lot of things. He actually just got into a debate with Ben Shapiro about transgender issues. I mean, the man is all over the place.
Yeah.
All right, he sort of just looks at science and goes, yeah.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
So you got to tweet him. Oh, we got 2 questions. Timelines and Loki. And can we put a Geo Metro into space? And can those astronauts survive in scuba gear?
Well, okay, so that's the only believable part.
The scuba gear?
But you wouldn't be able to do it where they were. Like, maybe upper atmosphere? Maybe?
So what's funny, this has already been tested. Top Gear tried to put a Reliant Robin into space. Mm-hmm. They failed.
Okay.
It's not aerodynamic enough. It takes too much fuel to get it into the upper atmosphere.
But I'm not talking about the way that they did it. I'm talking about the suits themselves. I think the suits could live in the upper atmosphere. I just think in terms of they were orbiting Earth at that point, or at least in terms of my knowledge. I don't know. Neil will probably tell us why otherwise if he ever.
They had to be. They made it to a satellite.
Yeah.
They made it to the International Space Station.
Okay, perfect. There we
what
go.
fucking luck, by the way.
Oh, Jesus.
Let's talk about needle in a haystack.
But in terms of those suits lasting, maybe if it was like, okay, so we're talking like maybe a minute worth of time. Possible. Maybe.
This is Fast and Furious. I'm assuming they were in space for 48 hours before they came across that satellite.
But in terms of being able, the way that they got to space, no. I don't care how much quick math that they did. No, there's no way that you would have been able to. First off, your rocket kept exploding. Second off, you're doing it in a car that wouldn't survive that kind of entry or out or exit into space.
That's a lot of friction.
And where the fuck did you get the plane from?
Yeah, okay, no. We're skipping a whole thing, though. How did the guys from Tokyo Drift all of a sudden become rocket scientists?
Yeah.
And they know how to fly C-130s?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Little Bow Wow ain't that smart. Texas ain't that smart.
Yeah.
I don't know about the dude from Japan.
Yeah.
I don't remember his character.
No, he was new. That's why he was like, "Who's Dom?" When they were like, "Hey, Dominic Toretto sent us."
Oh, so he's just token Japanese guy that knows rockets.
So he's probably the brains of the operation. The other 2 are just there to be, the pit crew, basically, in my opinion. But Texas was flying the plane. So
yeah. Well, my dad was in the military, so I know how to do this. That is the most 14-year-old answer to anything. Well, my dad's in the military. I'm probably be the best for this answer.
Very confused.
I'll play a lot of Call of Duty.
Oh God. So yeah, I mean, space was just the worst.
The most ridiculous aspect. The most ridiculous part. I wanted to walk out. When they showed them all suited up and Tyrese is duct taping himself, I wanted to walk out. I legit was like, I need to leave. But the absolute ugly of this, the cringeworthiness of this movie.
Okay.
Everything was fan service to fans who didn't want to be serviced. every character had to come back. Mia came back. Mia's out the game.
Yeah.
I get it. It's her brother, and she's the last one who was ever nice to him in the family. But she's got a kid and a husband who legally can't make appearances in the movies anymore.
Well, so that's what So everybody, okay. So that's where I slip back into like saying, okay, so yes, I understand Dom thinks that Jacob killed his father, but you had Mia, Letty, the other 3 in the crew who aren't there anymore, all sworn to secrecy to never talk about your brother. Never bring him up. Not once. Nobody ever slipped. Like, we never got anything from nobody.
Oh, you know what? No. We gotta go back and watch the first one. Okay. So I think Letty does mention Jacob.
Really?
Yeah.
How so?
I don't remember. But something's going on, and she said, I remember her. I can distinctly remember a scene where she goes, "But Jacob," and he looks at her and goes, and like basically tells her to shut up. Now I could be wrong, and I could be conflating, and just hoping that somebody had already set this up.
Like there was a breadcrumb way back when and nobody knew about.
Yeah, yeah. Reddit doesn't care to actually post anything about it, and movie secrets or movie details because nobody fucking cares. Because the Fast and Furious franchise and it's just been dead for like a decade.
Okay.
Brazil was the last good one. And even then.
So let's get okay, so I think we're gonna beat this dead horse to death.
Oh yeah, no.
But let's get into more of the speculations. Because now with the movie coming out.
Speculation Nation, everybody.
Well, now with the movie coming out, Vin Diesel's now talking about the beef with him and The Rock. On how he was like, oh, well, the whole beef was surrounded around tough love of me trying to get the best out of The Rock in his acting. Yeah.
Was it?
That's what he's saying. That's what he said. He said this 2 weeks ago or a week ago or whatever.
Oh, God.
He was like, I just needed the best out of Hobbs and I had to give him tough love to get the best out of him.
That is such a Hollywood head up your own ass type answer right there.
Well, he's like, yeah, anything I'm producing, I want the best performances out of everybody. And I'm like, really? So you didn't look inwards on that? Because when Rock came in, you definitely took time off the gym. Like, you came in with dad bod, beer belly. I mean, guns were out, but it was definitely dad bod time when that movie happened. So,
and I think guns were only out because Sun was out.
Yeah.
All right, Sun's out, guns out.
So I feel like, yeah, you're like, oh, I need to get the best out of everyone, but it didn't seem like you were trying to get the best out of yourself there either.
No.
So.
No.
Oh, I mean.
Maybe that was the best of him.
Was it though?
I mean, I can't think of Vin Diesel in anything else at this point.
I mean, he's done, the Fast franchise, Chronicles of Riddick, The Pacifier, Saving Private Ryan.
Dead, not his movie.
No, not his movie, but he was in it. And
he was in Boiler Room?
Boiler Room was his other one. So, though, that's the... Well, wait, no, he had A Man Apart. No. Yeah, A Man Apart, because A Man on Fire was Denzel.
Wait, was that like a sequel?
No, A Man Apart was something different.
Oh.
It was like a movie that they held for like a long time, and then they released it. It was okay. It wasn't the best. But even then, that was like his drama movie, and it wasn't that great.
Most movies he's in, you could say, okay, that was okay.
Yeah.
I mean, Chronicles of Riddick was only cool because at the time, what else out there was there? X-Men? X-Men was trash. When you look back, you're hurting my heart. When you look back.
Okay, so the first X-Men wasn't the best. The second one was gold.
Remind me about the second one.
The second one was when they let Hugh Jackman just shine. They were like, all right, cool, whatever. You're fan favorite, Wolverine all day long. So the second one was Stryker and they kidnapped Xavier.
Yeah, I guess.
They attacked the mansion.
In comparison, and this is the thing. This is the thing that's gonna be rough with superhero movies of the past. Is they're now being you're comparing them to super movies of now. Mm-hmm. All right, X-Men was okay for the time. It's like the Sam Raimi Spider-Mans.
Okay, so here you go. Your hate for Sam Raimi.
They were acceptable at the time.
Great movies, except for the third one.
We have moved well past them.
You have great movies, except for the third one. Third one's hot garbage. I'll give you that. First two, fantastic movies.
Garbage. So Chronicles of Riddick was okay because at the time we didn't have much else. And it was new, and it was different. It was gritty.
Yeah.
And all we wanted was gritty movies.
Yeah.
And because at the time, everything was like all polished and clean and shiny and bright and brand new. And then here comes Chronicles of Riddick with that dude from Fast and the Furious. And he's sensitive to light.
No, wasn't Chronicles first?
I have no idea.
Chronicles was first.
No.
Oh, I think Chronicles was first.
No, I don't think so. Fast and Furious was first.
Maybe. Good Lord.
Star Wars Battlefront 2 mods replaces Darth Maul with Vin Diesel.
Oh, God.
So Fast and Furious came out in 2001. Chronicles of Riddick came out like 2003. We're looking this up right now, people.
Chronicles of Riddick, Fast and Furious.
No, that's Fast and Furious. We're looking for the Fast.
Excuse me, I forgot.
And the Furious. That's producer. That's producer. You gotta get out of producer. You gotta go into his actor.
Hang on, I gotta look at all the freaking...
There it is.
Stupid movies.
Actor credits. 55 credits. God damn, it's Fast and Furious 10.
I mean, they said they're going to 11.
Wait, hold on. Is he doing another Chronicles of Riddick? Furia?
Yeah, Riddick.
God damn it. Yeah. He isn't got... Oh, wait, no, he is Groot.
Yeah, he is Groot.
Okay, so he's got one good movie to his credit.
Well, I mean, he just says, I am Groot.
Yeah, I know, but he does it for every language, and he puts so much emotion into it.
Does he?
He does. All right, so... Oh, that's right. He was also the voice of the Iron Giant.
Oh, I forgot about that.
The Chronicles of Riddick into Pitch Black TV movie.
So, Pitch Black was 2000. Chronicles of Riddick, or Fast and Furious was 2001. Pitch Black was first.
Jesus.
You gotta remember, I worked at a movie store.
Yeah, whatever. And then Knockaround Guys.
I forgot about Triple X.
Triple X was so bad.
Wait,
hold on. Into the Black, though.
Huh?
Wait.
Where? What are you talking about?
What? Pitch Black. Pitch Black.
Pitch Black was before Chronicles of Riddick.
Yeah, because Pitch Black wasn't really about him. It was like introducing the character, though.
Introducing the character, introducing the species of whatever he was fighting.
And Chronicles of Riddick was his backstory.
No, Chronicles of Riddick was when they were trying to capture him, and then they all got stuck on the planet.
Oh, dumb.
Good Lord.
Jesus, and then it's just downhill from
there. Was it? Well, wait, what was Riddick? Was that the one I was thinking of? God damn it. There were 3 of them?
Yeah.
Okay, so Riddick was the one they were trying to capture him. And they got stuck on the planet. Because that was the one with Batista.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Batista was in this movie. Somewhere.
Man, you talk about a guy that I would have never guessed would be a good actor.
Right? He's coming into his own.
He's bought into those roles, man.
But back to our debate with The Rock and Vin Diesel. Because The Rock had an answer. Basically, he said he read the comments and he laughed. And he laughed hard.
I'd laugh too if I was The Rock.
And then he was like, well, I wish them the best in every Fast movie that they do without me. Basically just saying that, well, I got Hobbs and Shaw. So you go ahead, you keep doing your ridiculousness, and I'll keep doing Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah, I don't know how anybody could call it The Rock. Like, at this point, like, The Rock is, like, one of maybe 6 people in this world that you can't say anything bad about. Now, mind you, it used to be 7. All right, and then Bill Gates came out to be a scumbag, apparently.
Is he?
Allegedly. You hear about that?
No, what's going on?
With his divorce?
Well, I heard about the divorce.
Yeah, but why she's divorcing him?
No.
Because this dude tried to sleep with every woman in his company, and he got shot down with the exception of 1. And he's been sleeping with that one.
Okay.
So he's a scumbag.
Scumbag, yeah.
I mean, Blizzard? Activision Blizzard right now?
So I wanted to bring it up, but I didn't want to bring it up. But since you did, we're going to roll right into it.
We're rolling into it. Because you know what? We can only beat the dead horse of F9 so much.
So my disappointment... First off, let's do this. So,
yeah, you're a huge Blizzard fan.
I've been to 4 BlizzCons. 2010, 2013, 2012, 2018. I'm a huge Blizzard fan. I've bought and purchased their games for a long time.
You have like every special edition of World of Warcraft there is.
Nah, not every.
I mean, most. I mean, you have the physical Blizzard Authenticator.
Yes.
You have World of Warcraft right down there in a special box of Deathling.
Okay, anyways. So,
more in the closet.
So, in terms of what is coming to light from Blizzard is very, 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 very just disheartening, disgusting, ridiculously just so awful, man.
So for those that don't know, recap what's going on with them.
So there's been coming to light of folks coming out and talking about their harassment that they have suffered at the frat boy mentality that's happened at Blizzard, in terms of folks that have either worked there in the past, currently working there, possibly, being that they basically created a culture in an eco space where dudes are dominantly just doing whatever the hell they want to do. So from HR to mid-level management, basically there's no safety in the company for Blizzard, or there wasn't. Don't know if it's still going on, but there wasn't any safety for, women in that company. So in terms of if you've never been to a BlizzCon, I'm going to paint the picture for you. Especially with one of the stories that just came out that I saw in one of the groups I'm in for BlizzCon. Someone posted anonymously talking about one of their experiences that they had there, which really just turned my stomach because it was like one of the more party atmosphere places that it happened to them at. So BlizzCon happens in Anaheim at the convention center. Around the convention center, you have Disneyland and you have 4 hotels. Out of those 4 hotels, there's one hotel that is the most expensive because everybody knows that that's the party hotel where all the devs are at. So you can be able to try to touch elbows with the devs. They go down to the bar, they hang out with people. Everybody's there trying to have a good time. That's the Hilton. So the Hilton's literally right next to the convention center. That's why the devs stay there, because they can be there, jump out of their room, be at the convention center within 2 minutes. So
drink, party, and harass women and be at the convention in 2 minutes flat.
So there was a story that came out. There's been multiple stories that have come out, but the biggest story that's come to light is there was apparently, in terms of the dev aspect of it, or apparently people that worked at Blizzard, there was a suite that they put together that they called the Cosby Suite. Yeah, I saw that too, and that was my face as well. So this was back in, I think it was the 2012 BlizzCon or the 2013, one of the two. So they had a picture of Bill Cosby. They were all hanging out, Clarion Dumpster Sleeper.
What is Clarion Dumpster Sleeper?
Hopefully that's just in terms of something, another story that happened there. How's it going, JB, by the way? So they had that suite, but then also as well too, there was like a Facebook group that they were all talking in, and like some of the messages in there was like, "Hey, I'm bringing the hot chicks down," and there was some vulgar language, and then somebody was like, "Oh, hey, I'm at the Hilton Bar." So once again, the Hilton Bar, the place to be at, because that's where people are expecting devs to be at, so they can talk to them, hang out, party, whatever. But one of the stories that came up in one of my groups that I was in, from an anonymous person in there, was claiming that, or saying that, in terms of what happened to them and their friend, Cheaper Hotel was adjacent according to the convention center. Oh yes, okay, yes, you are correct. And I actually stayed at that place one year. It is, yes, it is a dumpster of a hotel. One of the places I stayed at one year. Oh no, sorry. See, you got me sidetracked, JB. See what you did? So, the story was that, hey, when they were at the bar, they were hanging out, they were talking to devs. They were one of the devs. They were telling the story to the dev about how they were saying, hey, this is what you should do to try to correct something in the game. Dev was like, okay, cool. Send me your email. We could talk about it a little more. They exchanged emails, whatnot. They still were partying. He gave that person a drink, saying that, sorry that you feel this way. Let me get your email. Here's a drink. That person took the drink. They started talking more. Ended up the person woke up in the Cosby suite, saying that they had no recollection of the night. Same thing happened to their friend the next night. So yeah, it's just stories like that are coming to life now in terms of what's been happening, not only at the BlizzCon scope of everything, but also in terms of inside the company. So,
Jesus.
Yeah, it's just a shit show, man.
And there's supposed to be a protest of the employees tomorrow, right?
No, today.
Today?
Today was the walkout. And then, like, if you read a lot of those comments, too, it's like just in terms of, like, a lot of people, of course, it's unfortunate. It's a lot of male Caucasian fellas that are coming to, like the savior. I was like, oh, it happened in 2013. These guys could have changed tone. Or, it's a lot of people that don't work there anymore. The culture could have changed that. Look, it happened, and it's probably still happening.
Own it.
Own it.
You did it.
Yeah.
You let it happen. There was a dude who was a contractor at the time who posted a video on Reddit talking about how he had submitted sexual harassment issues to HR that he had faced.
Yeah.
And they basically just laughed it off.
Well, see, the funny thing is that in that picture of the Cosby suite, somebody from HR was in it.
Oh, shit.
So,
isn't the state suing them? Like, it's not like they're getting sued by somebody. The state of California has stepped up and said, no, we got this.
Yeah, so, yeah, it's just, yeah, it's yeah.
Also, can I just say, as a cisgendered straight white male, we say a lot of stupid shit. And we do a lot of stupid shit. And that was stupid shit. Yeah. Like, the fact that, like, it's cringy for me to sit there and, like, all of a sudden, like, shit happens. You're just, like, in the back of my head, I'm just sort of like, fuck, don't be a white guy. Don't be a white guy. Don't be a white guy. And then a white guy comes up and you're like, fuck!
Hey, yes, JB, I am happy that we did not go to any after parties in 2010. Because you were with, we touched bases at that BlizzCon. You and your husband were there. Not your husband at the time, I don't think. But you guys were both there. And yeah, no, I mean, Jesus Christ. Like, and every BlizzCon I went to, I always was like, hey, I should try to hit up an after party, or hey, I should try to, get to the Hilton bar. Never went there. I always either went back to my room to play some games, or just hung out. Last time I went, there was like an arcade bar that just opened up that was like 10 miles away from the convention center, and I went there. Yeah. No, I mean, hey, you saved us all, apparently, so. But yeah, no, it was.
We had a friend who's working for them, don't we?
For Blizzard?
Yeah. We have a friend who's a contractor for them, an artist, I think. Or has been trying.
No, I think he's trying. Like, so, in everybody's mindset, before this came out, like, Blizzard is one of the top companies that you wanted to work for.
Yeah, if you wanted to get into games, Blizzard was one of those places.
Yeah.
Like, EA was just there to suck your soul. Nintendo was there if you liked Nintendo. Blizzard was there because you liked games. And From Software is there because you hate yourself.
So yeah, it's just very, I don't know, very disheartening, very just I mean, some other folks that aren't with the company anymore, some of the leaders like Mike Morheim or Chris, I can't remember his last name, both of them were two of the top guys there at the time. And unfortunately, they both come out with the same statement, hey, if I would have known about it, I would have done something. And see, that's and that's the problem. Like, you are so, like, you can't have, and I can't say you can't have, because I'm not in that position in terms of on top of a multi-million/billion-dollar corporation and go, you can't not have eyes on things. But
especially in 2010.
Yeah, you got to be able to have some sort of a system in place where somebody's coming to you about those kind of things. And that's the problem, is that because your HR failed you.
I was about to say, there is a system in place. It's called human resources.
Yeah.
And if your HR can't come to you to be like, hey, so we got a problem.
Yeah.
They're not coming to you because they know you're not going to do anything.
Well, they're not coming to you because they're part of the problem. That's the problem.
Also
your HR is part of the problem.
Also that.
So sucker. No, Dan. No, he just... Look, it's okay. We all didn't go. It's fine. We all had a good time there.
It worked out
in the convention. It worked out for the best.
I mean, you went back multiple times.
Because who knows, if we went to that party, we could have had, I mean, somebody could have had a story that would have been similar to these other stories coming out.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing that you got to think about, too, is that, like, I don't think that shit happens for a reason. I think that's stupid. I think shit happens because shit happens. Like, random shit happens because life happens. But who knows? Because I remember 2010. I remember in 2009, you tried to get me to go to the 2010 BlizzCon. Because you're like, it'd be fun. Yeah. And I was broke as shit. So I was like, I can't go. And you're like, all right, cool, next time. Had I gone, we probably would have been drinking.
Yeah. Well, I mean, okay, so let me back that up.
We probably would have been fruity colada.
Don't get me wrong. I drank at every BlizzCon. I didn't drink at any after parties at BlizzCon because I never went to any after parties.
No, we'd have went to the after party. That's the thing. We'd have been too drunk. We'd have been day drunk. Been like, fuck yeah, Hilton, let's do this.
Yeah, that is true, JB. Yeah.
And that is, I have no mindset that I could be put in that position. So, I mean, that sucks. Because I've never once thought and gone back and be like, oh, man, that could have been me. So I have no idea what you're going through. But, yeah, that's a shitty thing to think. Especially for a company that so many people respected, that so many people looked up to, that is now being completely replaced by Final Fantasy XIV. That, like, it sucks. I don't know how to respond to that. I am talking right now, and I probably shouldn't be. I will shut up.
No, you're good. You're good. You're giving an outside perspective on it. Like, to me, I don't see how they can bring back the old BlizzCon the way that it was before. Like, you can't. I don't think you can, in terms of, like, your community trust is gone.
Yeah.
First and foremost, a lot of folks are canceling their subscription who already were probably either already thinking about canceling because of the way that some of their scope has gone with WoW and whatnot. But a lot of folks are like, I'm going to support the employees there that have been wronged, and I'm going to stop supporting Blizzard. Basically,
it is what you're in a lot of situations like this. It feels like what you get left with is either the hardcore fans or the edgelords who think this is funny. And your hardcore is one thing, but everyone else is going to jump on this. Like, you don't want them. Yeah. And you don't want to be a part of that. Which is what is going to suck. And I think we talked about this very, very lightly on one of our previous episodes. I think it was like episode 1 or 2, literally. Of, can you separate the artist from the art?
Yeah.
Can you take, let's just use the most egregious example. Can you take a Bill Cosby and still love The Cosby Show? Still love his stand-up? Still do the pudding pops? Can you do that? Or are we under some sort of moral obligation to keep those two connected?
Yeah.
Will we forever look at Blizzard 10 years from now when they are a completely different company and still say to ourselves, yeah, but you're Blizzard?
Well, so in terms of, so this happened at Riot as well too, and I think that unfortunately because of the fan base that some of these companies have, as you can see if you go on most of their posts, the fan base that's there is going to defend their actions to the death, no matter if they feel like their actions are right, wrong, what have you, because of some of that fan base is hardcore about it. And then you have the other fan base that thinks that they did nothing wrong, or thinks that because it was so long ago that whatever, throw it under the rug or whatnot. So Riot, who makes the biggest game on the planet, League of Legends, had a similar situation in terms of harassment, sexual misconduct stuff that happened a couple of years back, and they're still, as a PR and as a company, still trying to recover from that. But in terms of their games, they haven't suffered. League of Legends is still one of the top games on the planet.
League of Legends is fucking toxic to begin with.
Yeah. So, and that's what I've always thought in my mindset going to multiple BlizzCons in terms of World of Warcraft. Like, especially, and I hate to say it because I know some people love it in terms of the faction, but not in terms of the way that the people are behind the faction. But in terms of the Horde for World of Warcraft, those are probably some of the worst people on the planet.
Really?
Oh yeah, for sure, hands down.
Is that why you never played Horde?
Yeah. So
it's a moral objection.
So in terms of those guys, at least back in when WoW wasn't so heavily like now, in terms of the way the WoW is now, you're probably 80-20% for Horde because the way that Blizzard caters to Horde. So a lot of their better items, a lot of the better items or better racials are on the Horde side. But when you go to a BlizzCon and you meet a lot of Horde people, yeah, they're just terrible people. So
for the
so in terms of that, I can see where they will still continue and thrive because most of their fan base is that toxic fan base, and being a toxic person or just being someone who engulfs and lives in that frat mentality. So
it's that neckbeard edgelord.
Yeah.
I'm only doing this because it makes me feel edgy type.
Yeah.
Person is going to stick with them.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, they were already taking hits in their subscriber numbers. So, but they have other things coming up on the horizon that'll make people come back probably. But there's going to also be a time where you have to say to yourself, you know, do you treat this as a company that I'm never going to support again? Is it going to be something like for myself where I don't support Chick-fil-A because of their values? Is it going to be something like that for me where I go, well, now what's coming to light with Blizzard, do I stop supporting them? So it's something I have to weigh out myself as well, too.
Mm-hmm. That is an interesting situation. Janelle and I are fighting with that because of Chick-fil-A. We haven't had Chick-fil-A in months because it came out last year that they stopped donating to shitty causes. And then it came out a few months ago that while the company is no longer supporting them, the owner is overtly supporting Eastern European policies that include prison time and like reassignment or re-education camps for LGBT. And they're shitty people. And I think that's what gets people when it comes to like cancel culture and wokeness and shit like that. And when you get somebody who gets Me Too'd, and it's like somebody that you love because they make you feel good, and then all of a sudden you're being told, no, they're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
So now you gotta fight. You gotta figure out where you stand on that. It's like this shit right now. This is kind of taking a little bit of a swerve. But did you hear about Simone Biles? Speaking of which, she just came up on your Alexa. Alexa's fucking listening to us right now. Did you hear about Simone Biles?
Yes.
So one of the greatest, some people consider to be the greatest gymnasts of all time, pulls out of the Olympics due to mental health problems.
Yep.
And she is being dragged through the fucking mud by conservative pundits who are basically saying she's too weak to be a part of this. And is this just some sort of excuse to get her out? To which I say, that's none of your fucking business.
So real quick, before we run out of time here with Simone Biles, there's two things that I want to talk about with her. First off, she wanted to retire. She didn't even want to do this Olympics.
I didn't know that.
She decided to come back because she was like, I need to put into the light in terms of all the harassment that's been going on with the gymnastics leadership, that I'm not going to quit because of what they've been doing. I'm going to come out there and I'm going to compete for myself. And that's what she's doing. She's competing for herself. So if she has that mental hurdle or she needs to stop to take a mental break, good on her. Unfortunately, they did build a team that was just there to say, okay, well, if we just do enough, Simone can carry us to the finish line.
Yeah.
Sorry. You guys should have built a stronger team.
I mean, they got silver as an overall. That's nothing to laugh at.
Nothing to laugh at.
Also, the Russians shouldn't even be in this fucking Olympics. So,
yeah. But then, God dang, what the heck was my second point now? And now I forgot. I had it right there too. But yeah, so okay, so no, I forgot it still.
We are a well put together podcast.
Super put together. So for her to be dragged, there it is. So God, what was her name? The other gymnast who was doing the vault broke her ankle or whatnot, but still
Mary Lou Retton.
Yeah.
From the fucking 90s, like 92.
Yes. So if people go back and go, I dare you to go back and rewatch that segment.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Because if you rewatch that segment and listen to what she was telling her coach, what her coach was telling her, and the look on her face, she shouldn't have continued. Her coach should have stopped. He wanted that gold. Her body, she had to retire after that because her body was put through so much trauma. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. No.
Yeah, she didn't want to continue. He made her continue. She was more afraid of him than she was of continuing to break herself.
Yeah.
That she forced herself to do it again, which sucks because when you watch it and you can paint the picture of, look at this young lady, this young American, pushing through adversity to come through and perform one of the best vaults in Olympic history and win and be the hero of her team. Mm-hmm. While at the same time going, somebody should have showed her some fucking empathy.
Yeah.
And been like, you can't do this, you can't do this.
Yeah.
Let's pull you from this. Like, this is going to cause too much damage down the line. I don't need you to fucking kill yourself. And somebody else, there's a meme going around now where it's of like, it's something to the effect of the people bitching about Simone Biles pulling herself for mental illness, and it shows like the picture of like a fat dude on a couch like eating chips with fucking grease all over himself. And it's like, are the same people who refuse to wear a mask because they can't breathe. Like, go fuck yourself. She doesn't want to go out there and break her fucking neck for you.
Yeah.
Like, no, she has all the right. It's the same thing with Naomi Osaka when she pulled from the tennis player. When she pulled from
which
Wimbledon.
She said she's not talking to media no more, and she pulled herself from the competition. Yep.
Yeah, and it's like, no, that's your fucking right, because that's your body, that's your mind. We are advocates for mental health here. Mm-hmm. We take time off for our own mental health. I did a few months ago from this podcast. Very open about it. If you're struggling, man, find a way to help. Don't fucking force yourself through if you don't have to.
Yeah.
Don't do more damage just because somebody has it in their fucking head that you need to kill yourself for other people. You don't.
And, I mean, I do it all the time. I moonlight as a streamer. And, yeah, if my mentals aren't there, I'm not streaming. I'm not gonna force myself to be on. Even if I get on, and I could be on for like maybe 30 minutes, and I can go, I'm not really feeling it. I'll just get off. Yeah. And I've seen other folks that are, similar like myself in terms of still working full-time jobs, trying to do streaming as a hobby or whatnot, and they do the same thing. And I make sure I reach out when they post up on Twitter and say, oh, hey, I'm taking some time to get my space right. I always reach out and say, yeah, make sure to always take care of yourself, because you should make sure that you're always taking care of yourself.
Always.
Never put yourself in that position where you need to go, well, I got to do it for my base. I got to be out there for my fans, or I gotta make sure I'm on.
If that's what pulls you through, that's one thing. If it doesn't pull you through, it's a whole other conversation.
Yeah.
If getting out there, if for Simone Biles, if competing was a thing that was going to get her head right, by all means. But if she knows herself well enough, and you know yourself well enough, to say that if I go out there and I do this, I'm just going to come out worse for wear, don't fucking do it.
Yeah.
And nobody should fucking blame you for it.
Yeah, and I think that's what she tried to do. She tried to go out there, just wasn't having it, wasn't in the right mental space, and then she was like, I'm going to just be a cheerleader. And she was.
She was.
Hell of a cheerleader for her team.
And the first person to go over and congratulate the Russians. Mm-hmm. And even though that team shouldn't be there, she's a big person for doing that. She's a solid person for doing that. So, again, Arena of Audacity, we say if you need to take care of yourself, take care of yourself. And the number one thing to take care of yourself, do not go see Fast 9.
Oh, my God. As we bring it back to Fast 9,
Bring it back around.
Close this out and bring it full circle.
Because that's how I deal with things. I make jokes. So I'm going to make this joke and be very serious about it. Do not see this movie. It is trash.
Oh, my gosh.
And if Vin Diesel hears this, that movie was trash, Vin, and you know it was trash. And if The Rock hears this, congratulations, buddy. You separated yourself from trash. And if Neil deGrasse Tyson hears this, hit us up, because we got questions about physics and shit that we need answered.
Oh, physics?
I don't know, man.
No.
Astrophysics?
There we go.
Astrophysics. Yeah. Science. We got science questions. We don't even know how to put them. We're going to have to rewatch our own episodes and be like, fuck, what were we talking about?
Yeah.
But do it. Hit us up, Neil.
But, yeah. So, I mean, as a Fast franchise endurer now, I guess I got to say.
Endurer?
Because I used to be a fan.
Enduring.
Used to be a fan, used to be a supporter. Now I'm enduring this franchise.
It's an endurance race at this point.
I mean,
We've committed.
Apparently, there's 2 more movies.
Fuck.
And I gotta watch them because I'm committed. I'm in it. I can't stop. I'm already in it.
At what point is this just the Jason franchise?
Look, don't you dare talk about the Jason franchise. Just because they sent him to space doesn't mean.
Oh, we sent the past. Oh my God, they're taking kids from the Jason franchise. I didn't even put those together.
So Jason X was in space, and that was the 10th one.
Can we get a crossover in the Fast and Furious franchise? I don't know with who. The Expendables. Can we get a crossover of Expendables and Fast and Furious? Could
we though? Like who?
Jason Statham.
Yeah, he is in both. No, he can't play.
He can play both characters.
No. No.
Everyone will be like, who the fuck are you?
No, he's gonna be like, well, we gotta do it with classics. And they'll
be like,
they'll be like, classics? What are you talking about? Just brass knuckles to the face.
Oh, God damn it. Yeah, they need to start doing crossovers. And made-for-TV movies. I need a Christmas special from them.
Oh, my God. What, Fast and Furious Christmas special?
Yes.
Why?
Yes.
Why? Bad enough. In chat, sorry we're going long, but we got to do it now. So, bad enough, Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special is now allegedly a must-watch before you see Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I don't want to watch the goddamn Christmas special just to see Volume 3.
I don't, and I'm not a fan of it, but I need that. I need the soundtrack to have like Nat King Cole's Christmas on it. It's not a Nat King Cole song, but I don't care. Holy night.
And so to bring us full circle and finally close this out.
I don't know the other words.
I think so. Next week's topic, we're probably going to be leaning more into sequels that shouldn't have happened.
Ooh, that's a good one.
We've been talking about this for a little bit, but we definitely wanted to set Fast 9 off by itself because it just came out to just be a dumpster of a movie that we just had to talk about it a little bit because of our time with the franchise. But yes, next week we're going to be talking about sequels that should not have happened or shouldn't happen because of, movies that have come out and they're talking about making sequels of and they probably shouldn't. But until next time, guys, that's the fat fella himself. I'm Jay Spoon. We ran long. Sorry, whatever. Think about your mental health.
Take care of yourself.
Take care of yourself. People, Blizzard